Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to English time. The boy and the balloon. So here, let's read about another lonely boy who appears in the film, The Red Balloon. Here is a script of a cinema, a film named The Red Balloon. Let's discuss about the profile of the writer Albert Lomerisset. Albert Lomerisset, who was born in 1922 and died in 1950, was a French filmmaker, producer and writer. He first came into the prominence for directing and producing the award-winning short film White Mane, which was in 1953. So he became famous by winning award for his movie short film White Mane. His important works include The Red Balloon, Stowaway in the Sky, The Circus Angel. He won the Oscar Award for the Best Original Screenplay in 1956. So he was a Oscar Award winner. So his famous film is Red Balloon. So here is a small part from that Red Balloon. Let's go to the lesson. The boy and the balloon. Scene number 1. A street. Where is the place? A street. The boy about 7 years is seen walking. There is a dog on the pavement. The boy bends down and pets the dog. He then goes down a flight of steps and disappears from view. So first of all, in the street, in the scene, first scene, a street is shown, and a boy about 7 years is seen walking, and he sees whom? He sees a dog on the pavement and footpath, and he bends down and just pets the dog, and he goes down on a flight of steps. Flight of steps means a group of steps. Now the boy is seen coming down the long flight of steps holding a small balloon. Then once again seeing that same boy who is holding a balloon. Something catches his attention and he looks up. Okay, he was holding a bag, not a balloon. So he was holding a bag in his hand and something catches. What is that? That is what? Balloon. Something. What is that now? Something catches his attention and he looks up. He stops by a lamppost, looks up again, looks at the right and left to make sure there is nobody around. Then he saw something on the lamppost. Lamp is there now on the street. Street lamp will be there. It will be on a post. So he looked at that lamp post, and then he looked left and right. Then made sure there was no one. He stops there and he puts down the bag and quickly climbs the post. He puts down that bag there and he climbed on the post. On the top of the post, caught in the rod that holds a lamp, is a big balloon. The boy frees it, holding the string of the balloon between his teeth and the bag in his right hand. He walks down the steps. Then he untied that balloon which was tied on the lamppost, and he climbed down and he holding his string on the balloon between his teeth. He kept that string of the balloon in his teeth and bag in the right hand. He walks down. Now the boy is going with that balloon in his mouth. Then scene 2. Another part of the street. The boy walked along the footpath of a busy street with the balloon string in his left hand and the bag in the right. Now the balloon is in his left hand and the right hand bag. An old woman turns to look at him amused. She was wondered. An old woman wondered, why? Where is he going with that balloon? One bag is there, means he is going to school. And another hand, what is there? Yes, a balloon is there. We won't go or we won't take balloon to the school. That's why the mother, that grand or that old woman got a confusion. The boy stands amidst a group of people waiting for a bus. Then there was a group of people. Amidst means in the middle of that group he stood. They were waiting for, yes, bus. When the bus comes, the passengers board through the small door at the rear and the boy tries to get in with them. When the bus comes, the passengers board, gets in through the small door at the rear. Rear means back side there was a door. So all people who were waiting for that bus, they started to board, means yes, gets into that that bus. The boy also tried, but the conductor points to the balloon in the boy's hand and prevents him from getting in. Then the conductor saw that balloon in his hand. So if he carries that balloon, it will be a problem in the bus. More space needed. So that balloon conductor said, no, move away. I will not allow you to come enter the bus with this balloon. The boy is disappointed. The boy became sad. He stares at the bus moving away as the balloon on the string swings like a pendulum in his hand. Now that then the bus moved. At that time, he couldn't board in that bus. Why? Because of this balloon. When the bus moves, that balloon starts to move like a pendulum. The boy breaks into a run, holding the balloon in his right hand and the bag in his left. Then he cannot wait, so he started to run by carrying that balloon in his right hand and left hand bag. Two pedestrians turns to look at him. Two pedestrians means those who go on foot. The boy runs along the pavement and stops before a thick polished door on the street. Then he stopped where on a street where there was a polished door and a building. Backside building was there. He knocks at the door and then reaches for a calling bell on the wall. Then he switched that pressed that calling bell. When the door opens, he goes in. A signboard says it is a public school for boys. What was that? It was the boys' school. So he is going to that school. So he ran from the bus stop because he did not get that bus. Okay, because of that balloon. Then he reached in the school. Then scene 3, the schoolyard. Now the schoolyard is the scene. The man is seen sweeping the yard, holding the balloon by the string. The boy walks up to him. By carrying that balloon, he moved towards that sweeper. The boy, could you hold my balloon? Can he go to the classroom with that balloon? No. Why? Because teachers will beat him. So will not allow. Teachers will not allow that boy to bring balloons to such play things to the school. So he requested that sweeper to hold it for him. The sweeper obligingly takes the balloon and holds it. Then that sweeper was ready to keep it with him. So he took it. The boy, please don't let it go. Please don't let it go. If you leave, that balloon will go to the sky. So don't let it go. He starts running towards the classroom. Then he started to run to the classroom. A teacher appears at the window on the upper floor of the building. He looks at the boy and the sweeper and jots down something in his notebook. Then from the first floor, one teacher was observing this all. He saw that boy giving that balloon to the sweeper and the sweeper carrying it, and he jots down. Jots down means wrote something on the notebook. The boy runs towards the classroom. He pushes open the door and goes in. Then he went to his classroom. Scene 4. The street in front of the school. A woman holding an open umbrella is seen waiting before the school door. The door opens and children rush out. One of the boys takes her hand and they walk away. Then what? It is after some time. Next scene. A woman holding an open umbrella is seen waiting before the school door. One parent. Then the door opens and the children rush out. One of the boys takes her hand and they walk away. Then one of the boys moved towards that woman, and they together started to go back to their home. The boy with the balloon comes out after a few moments and runs into the street. It is drizzling. Then boy came out with that balloon, and it is drizzling. Drizzling means rain, not a strong rain, and not a heavy rain. The boy does not want the balloon to get wet. Now it is slowly raining. So it's like a shower. So he doesn't want the balloon gets wet. So he sees an old man with an open umbrella held above his head. Then he saw an old man who is having a umbrella. The boy runs after him and talks to him. And then he followed him and started to talk with him. The umbrella is too small to shelter the three of them. Then what? That man is there, boy is there, balloon is there. Three members are there. But that umbrella is small. So the three cannot stand under that umbrella. So the boy moves out of the shade of the umbrella and holds the balloon under it. Then what did he do now? He held that balloon under the umbrella, and he was in the drizzling. Then so the boy moves out of the shade of the umbrella and holds the balloon under it. Now the boy gets wet, but the balloon is sheltered. They walk on till the old man reaches his destination. Then now what? The boy is outside. He is getting wet, but it is not a problem to that boy. He gives more importance to that balloon. Then when that person reaches his destination, he will go there. So again he is out in that drizzling rain. He goes, okay. The boy looks into the left and right in search of someone else with an umbrella. Then that person left. There is no umbrella. So now the boy is searching for an umbrella. Scene 5. Another street. It is still drizzling. The boy is seen running after a woman who has an umbrella with her. He reaches her, holds the balloon under her umbrella and walks with her. The same idea he used there. But he started to talk with that old woman, and then what? They together started to walk. Then the boy walks up to the two nuns with umbrellas. Then two nuns means what? Two nuns. Nuns means what? In sisters in Christianity, they will be ready to serve the people. So that nuns, they were there. Then he joined with them. Then one of them allows him to hold the balloon under her umbrella. After that, the boy is seen walking with a man across the bridge, holding the balloon under the man's umbrella. Then first two women, then two nuns, then a man. Next, the boy watches a group of mounted soldiers pass by. The last soldier in the group turns to look at the boy, amused. Then he saw what? A group of mounted soldiers. Soldiers were passing. And the last soldier in that group looked at that boy, and he was wondered. He stands by the side wall and over bridge and watches a train passing underneath. The boy then runs away and disappears. Then he stood on an overbridge. Then what? Down what was there? A railway track. A train passed. He looked at that train and then he left the place. Scene 6. Another part of the street. The boy reaches home. His mother is seen watching him from behind the glass pane of a French window above. Then what? His mother was waiting there. French window means what? A window which also functions as a door. Then she shakes her head in disapproval, draws the curtain and disappears. And then she saw that boy coming with that balloon. Then she is shaking her head. Why? Because she was angry. After some time, she opens the window, throws out the balloon and closes the window. After some time, she opens the window and she throws that balloon. Why? Then what happened there? Mother must have got angry and she must have taken that balloon from that boy and threw it. The balloon bobs up and down. Then what? The balloon bobs up and down, moves up and down, not going away, but does not go away. It hovers around the windows of the boy's home. It hovers. Hovers means what? It stands. stands there for some time. The boy looks through the glass panes of the window at the balloon. He opens the window, walks out into the balcony and grabs the string of the balloon. Then he goes in with it and closes the window. The mother thought that balloon will go away or based on the wind, but the balloon did not go away. Then boy came in search of that balloon. He saw that balloon and he opened that door. It is like a order about door. So what he stepped out and caught that balloon and came in or went inside. Then the street. The next morning, a shopkeeper opening the shutters of the shop, a postman delivering mail to a woman on the balcony, and a hawker selling his wares in the street are seen. Next to seventh scene, you can see a shopkeeper opening his shutters, a postman delivering mail, and a hawker selling. Hawker means a person who is standing on the street and selling something. A row of cars is seen parked on the street. A row of cars, a line of cars are seen. Then scene number 8, the street before the boy's house. The next morning, the boy opens the window of his house and releases the balloon into the air. Then the next day morning, the boy opened the window and left that or freeze that balloon there. The boy, balloon, you must obey me and be good. You must obey me and good. He points his finger at the balloon in a warning gesture and closes the window. Also, stand here, don't go anywhere. By saying that, boy left. The boy comes out. He is on his way to school. He looks up at the balloon hovering above. Then he came out. He is going to where? Yes, school. Then at that time, that balloon was there above his head. The boy, balloon, come down. Then he called that balloon, come on. The balloon floats down at the boy gently. When the boy raises his hand to catch hold of the string, the balloon playfully evades him. Then he called that, invited that balloon. Then he came down and the boy tried to catch it, but that balloon moved away. Evades means moved away. He finally leaves the balloon and starts walking along the pavement. The balloon follows him, always keeping itself out of the boy's reach. Then the boy got angry. He resumed his walking towards school and the balloon also followed him. The boy comes down a flight of steps. There is a black dog at the bottom of the steps, which starts barking as it sees the balloon following the boy. Then there was a black dog, and that dog saw that balloon following a boy. Then the dog understood that it was something which is following that boy and trying to attack. So it started to bark. The dog leaps up and tries to catch it. The balloon just managed to escape. Then the dog tried to catch that balloon, but that balloon moved away and escaped. Okay, so this is what that story. So very simple. So you can go through this story once again and you can understand. It is very simple. He got a balloon and went to home, but mother put it outside, but the balloon did not go away. The next day he saw that balloon standing outside, so he took that balloon and went to school again. That balloon became the friend of whom? That boy. Okay, that's it.